Hi, I'm Jen. Welcome to Today in My Sewing Room. Today I am going to show you a little trick that I came up with because I was unhappy with how deep the pockets were in my favorite jeans. Seems like when I buy jeans, they never have a deep enough pocket. I don't know why men's jeans have all that room, but women's jeans, the pockets stop when your hand gets to right about there, and I want longer, deeper pockets in my jeans. So if you feel the same way I do, here is a quick way to remedy this problem and make your pockets really deeper and functional. Okay, so here is a good example of what I'm talking about. These pockets were so shallow, and so I just made them a little bit longer. I just used some old sheets that I had to extend them, and really not difficult. You can tell how shallow pockets sometimes are with jeans. So this is just an example of the pockets, how they look when they're done, and you can tell when I go to put my hand in, I have a fair amount of pocket going on there. So here are my favorite jeans, and they are really shallow pockets. So I want to extend them. Now your pockets may be curved, and if that's the case, you can still do this. You just have to really square off where you have your pocket piece there that you want to attach to. So to do this, you will need your jeans, some fabric. It can be any old fabric. This is an old napkin that I had. And it doesn't really matter what kind of fabric it is. It doesn't have to match or anything because you're never going to see these pockets unless you turn the jeans inside out. You'll need a ruler or some kind of thing to measure. I've got a measuring tape here and a couple of rulers. You'll need some pins and scissors to cut your fabric. The first thing we're going to do is measure here. Now you can do this with a ruler or a measuring tape. I'm just going to use a measuring tape. You want to go from the edge of the pocket to the other edge. And this pocket is from the seam line to about the edge of here is about 7 inches. So I'm going to allow for a 1/4 inch seam allowance here. So I'm going to go to 7.5. Now these particular pockets I made 5 inches longer. So that was they're very deep pockets. I don't think I need to make them that deep for my jeans. I think I'm going to make mine 4 inches deep. So I need 2 rectangles of fabric that are 14.5 by 4. So I'm just going to measure here and go 14.5. And I'm just going to slice into this. Because this is not rocket science, folks. This is the inside of a pocket that you're never going to see. So there's 14.5, and here is 4 inches. And I think I'm going to go a little bit beyond that, just, for the sake of, I don't know, giving myself a little bit of leeway. So these are my 2 pieces. Now the first thing you want to do is I'm going to go over to the sewing machine, and we're going to use about a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and we're just going to sew here and here. Okay, I've sewn my 2 pocket pieces, and then I went over to my iron and I opened it out like this, and then I just pressed this seam to one side. So now is when we want to go back to our jeans. And what we need to do is remove this line of stitching. And actually, the easiest way to do that is just to cut it away. So I'm just going to take my scissors and cut off the bottom of this pocket. You want to cut it as close to the edge as you can. And you can just clip that off there. And same thing for the other side. Okay, so now we have no pockets. Well, what we're going to do here is we're going to take our pocket piece, but we're going to basically put this inside this and then sew in a circle. So I'm just going to slide this right inside my pocket here. And then I'm just going to pin it down. You should be able to pin it in pretty much almost a complete circle. once again on the other side, we're going to take it, move that end seam to the center, turn it so that right sides are out, and we'll put right sides essentially together. Try and put your seam in the middle somewhere. It's just a little easier to deal with it if you do. You're not trying to match it up to this edge or anything, and so just slide that piece right down in there and then pin all the way around, just like this one. And now that I have both my pocket extensions pinned in, I'm just going to go over to my sewing machine and I'm going to stitch them together. Now, if you have a free arm feature on your machine where you can just take away your flat surface, that is so helpful. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start at this edge and I'm going to go around and I'm going to stop again close to the edge where the pocket attaches to the side seam. So you can see here where I stitched almost to the edge here and then went all the way around. Really, your seam allowance doesn't make any difference. Just try and get as close to these edges as you possibly can. So now what we're going to do is pull this out. So now we have our pocket extensions, and all we have to do now is stitch up the bottom and we're done. Okay, I've gone over and I've just stitched the bottom of my pockets, and I went ahead and serged the edge again. Don't worry about doing that if you don't have a serger, or if you don't even have a ravelly fabric, just leave it raw. It's not a big deal. Again, nobody is going to see it. But my pocket extensions are now done and I have much deeper pockets. And now my favorite jeans have pockets that are more functional than not and will fit a phone or whatever else I need. So, deep pockets in my jeans. I love that. See how far my hand goes down? Isn't that great? So that's a quick tip on how to lengthen the pockets, extend the pockets, deepen the pockets of your jeans. Gosh, wouldn't it be great if those would be filled with money when we did it? Deeper pockets for more money. There you go. Now let's all go out and earn a whole lot or inherit a lot or, you know, win the lottery. Yeah. That's it for now for me. I hope this has been helpful and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.